Hi everybody, hello. I'm so sorry that this isn't a live today. It's Sunday the 19th of February 2023. And ordinarily on a Sunday I do a live and I really enjoy it. I love it. I can get to see what you're all saying and I feel like we're all together, here and we're just chatting. But unfortunately today that's not going to happen because my room is... Well, a mess doesn't actually do it justice. It's just, we've gone round things, sort of emptying drawers because we wanted to move some furniture around to get even more storage, to try and bring some kind of order to things, really. And what we've succeeded in doing is causing disorder. But we'll get there in the end. It'll be better when it's finished. However, I did want to carry on with another page for the infinity journals because these are becoming a bit of a long project now, and I know a lot of you bought the carcass off me, and I know one of you at least has finished it off and it's looking splendid, but I just keep wanting to give you inspiration maybe for something that you could put in yours. So yesterday I did these 2 pages for the mixed media infinity, and they're the Tim Holtz Gentleman Sizzix dies. I think they were part of the Chapter 1 release this year. I can't remember actually. I think they were. And I cut them out in black card because that felt right. But now I've done them in black card, I've got the urge to cut them in different coloured cards and distress them and use all sorts of things with them. But anyway, these 2 are in black. And then I had some stamps that were these light bulbs. I hope you can see that. Okay, let me bring it up and show you. Yeah, these light bulbs, dangling light bulbs, which were emitting light onto our gentleman. So I've just put a little bit of yellow down this side of him, just where the light would be casting onto him. And it's got a really nice background. I like that background. And that's that one, and the purple one is in a very similar vein. There we go. Just put some washi tape down for him to stand on. It's always important to ground your figures, whether you're using the paper dolls or these gentlemen or a stamp or whatever it is. Make sure that you ground it, because otherwise it just looks like he's floating off in midair, really. So that's those 2. So I can pop those away. We are making progress. We have, we've got some pages done. Yeah, there, look, 4 in a row. Come on. 6 in a row. That's nice. I like that. Did we do that last week or the week before? I like the poppies. They're nice. Yeah, last week, I think. The violets... That might be that for that one, I think. Oh, the gentleman. Yeah, so we've still got some to go. This one. Yep. And that's that. So yeah, we've still got a ways to travel. So I'll put those away in the plastic bag and get the pretty one out. These are on a cream base. Not that it matters really, you can't really see what colour the base is, but they are the ones on cream, and the pretty one is on white. So the whole thing's lighter to start with. We've done that. Nice. This was the one where I unintentionally embossed everything, but actually it looks really nice, so, wasn't bad. It was a good accident. This one with the barrel and the flowers. And the poppies, aren't they lovely? They're so pretty. Sprinkle kindness. And that might be all we've... Oh no, this one. I don't think I've even showed you this one before. I just did it one morning. And yeah, it was just a stamp, and I stamped these out twice and put them onto some dimensional foam just to raise them a little bit. But, we've got our side pocket there. It's a pretty pocket. I like it, actually. And I think that actually is all we've got. So we need to do a bit of a catch up with this one really. So today, it's not going to be the longest video this in the world, because I really do need to get on tidying up. But I have taken a stamp. Let me hope I've left all the relevant stamps out to show you. Yeah. This is this stamp, and it's called Sewing Forever by Tracy Evans. It's an All and Create stamp, and it's got this lady here. She has got a head, they've just stamped that over it, and then all this sewing machine and scissors and everything, which I don't really want on my card. And then this lady here with a dress form carrying a bag. She looks very chic. So what I've done is I've stamped that stamp out and I've cut this lady out of there. So I've got the lady on her own. So the first thing we need to do, however, is make a background. So I've already cut this out to the required size, which is 4.5 by 7. And that allows me to fold in 1/2 inch all the way around. So I've got a good gusseted pocket, Roz. And 1/2 inch down there, which you can fold over just to make this edge really secure. I mean, it's pretty thick paper, this mixed media paper, so it probably doesn't need to be secured any further, but that's just kind of the way I do it. So I'm going to put my score. No, I'll do the background first. Let's do the background first. This has got a sort of smoother side and a not so smooth. This is smoother, so I'll use this side. And I'm just going to use a stamp. This is the stamp, as you can see. Well, you can't there. Maybe you can see there. It's just sort of hexagons and splodges and some text. It's just a background stamp, really. And I'm going to use. Well, I've laid out 3 sets of colours. 2 sets of 3 colours, should I say? I've got the Speckled Egg, Salvage Patina, Uncharted Mariner family. Have you noticed my labels on the sides of my inks? Yes, that's part of the organisation. But it all takes time. And then the pink family, which is Kitsch Flamingo, Worn Lipstick and Picked Raspberry. So one I'm going to use for a dress, the other one I'm going to use for the background. I might use the pinks for the background. Let's do that. Okay, so these are inks. They're not the oxides, they're just inks. And I wonder which is the. I think the Kitsch Flamingo might be the lightest of those. So I'm just going to take my ink and just smoosh it down a bit randomly, really. Randomly and recklessly. I never do anything random and reckless, really. So, but enjoy this. I'll use some Worn lipstick. And just. It doesn't really matter if you miss bits out. And then I am going to spritz my stamp like that. And then we're just going to plonk it on. Now it has an up and a down because it's got numbers in it. So let's put this here. Like so. Let's press it down. Let the water do its goodliness. The water just kind of distorts the straight lines, just makes it a bit, well, more watery. Because you don't want it looking exact. I mean, if you do want it looking exact, don't water it. That's the thing. That's the solution to that problem. There we are. Ooh, that's pretty bright. Don't know if I was expecting it to be quite that bright, but never mind. Right, so I probably need a bit more kitsch and a bit less Worn lipstick. But, you know, we've got that on there now, so we've kind of got to keep going, haven't we? So I'm just smooshing this all over my stamp. And then I'm going to come in with just a little bit of Worn lipstick, because that's pretty dark. See what that turns out like. So just spritz it again and just, which is the right way? Oh, again that way. Yep, we're okay. Just fit that into there a bit like that. Just give it time for the water to transfer from one surface to the other, and a bit of pressure. As Tim would say, you know, you're not starting anybody's heart, you're just pressing down. With these All and Create ones, you can really get a bit of pressure in that middle area. There we are. Yeah, that's a bit lighter. That's all right. I can live with that. I certainly can. And I've still got some left down here, so I might just go with that bit down there. To about there, I think it is. That's lovely. Oh, it's looking nice. So, kitsch again. Bit of worn, not warm anything, it's worn lipstick. That's probably okay, like that. Spritz, spritz. Now I can put that there, but I'm going to get a double print there, so let's just wipe that off, that corner. Hopefully that'll be okay there. Let's give it a try anyway. When you're doing this, I heard a lady say this the other day online, on YouTube, always make sure you keep one hand on your stamp while you're pressing with the other, because otherwise you let go, you press and it just skids off. And then then you cry, if you're like me. Right, so that's looking nice. Now what I'm going to do with this is give it a good spritz and wipe it down. Otherwise the next time I come to use my black ink on it, it'll all go cloudy and that's not what you want. So that's clean now. Lovely. Now I like this, but it's still a bit sanitized for me. It's all a bit too liney. So I am actually going to take my water and just spritz that. And just give it a minute. I can see it already. The lines are beginning to just feather out a little bit, which is what I want it to do. Just blur. That's what I want. Just blur, blur, blur. You can see it very well down here. This must have been quite wet to start with. It's gone really quite blurry. But it's these bits up here that I want to move. Yeah, that's it, starting to go. That's great. Lovely, so we'll just give that a minute. Oh yeah, it's really moving. I like that now. It's looking good. Looking good. So just give it a minute just to, oh, there's a section here that's quite harsh. That's it, that's blurred that out now. You might not like this. You might like yours to look absolutely like the stamp. And if you do, that's great. Don't spritz your stamp and don't spritz it afterwards like this. And you'll end up with a very perfect stamp. I just want mine to be really in the background. And I think it goes more into the background if you can't read the text. I think if you can read the text, that's where your eyes go straight away. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that. Let's just take a piece of paper, blot that off, and then I'll give it a quick dry. Oh, that's looking really nice. Look at all the water that was on it. Loads. Yeah, that now looks like a background. And I like all the white that you can see coming through, because this is the pretty one. Okay, that's fine, that's dry enough for me. It's dry. Let's just flatten that out a bit. There we are. Right, so what I'm going to do now is still work on the background, layer upon layer. That's what creates the interest. So I want to put a stencil on it. And this is a stencil that I've looked out. It's a really nice stencil, actually. It's kind of, can you see it? Flowery, sort of like that. It's got nothing to do with these hexagons, totally unrelated, totally different company. It's just I thought that they would look quite nice. Now bear in mind that there's 1/2 inch all the way around here that you won't see because it'll be folded under. So don't be afraid to come in a little bit here. So the question is, what colour am I going to use? Kitsch Flamingo One Lipstick, Picked Raspberry. I'm guessing that Picked Raspberry is by far the darkest. It looks dark. Let me see if I can find a brush. Let me see if I can remember where I put my brushes. Might be more to the point. Oh my goodness. Where are my brushes? Ah, here they are. Let's see if I can find a pink one. I doubt it because I don't use pink very often. Oh, there's a red one. That might do. Same family, isn't it? Whoops. So I'm just going to scour this off on my old towel. Just get rid of the loose. Yeah, it's kind of red, I think. I would advise you do this over wash your brushes. I washed my brushes and they haven't got over it yet. They don't hold as much ink. They're just not as good as they used to be. So let's pick up some of that and see. Oh, that's all right. I'm trying really in this corner to see what it's like because that's going to get folded under. But I quite like it. It's okay. I might not press on really hard, actually, just quite lightly. Just come down there a little bit. Yeah, that's nice. I like it. You won't see that much of it when it's folded over. A little bit at the bottom, perhaps. I'm not keeping to straight lines. I don't really want straight lines in it. Ooh, that's nice, isn't it? And then maybe a little bit up here. Things in threes always sort of please the eye. So let's have a look. Yeah, I like that. That's nice. So we've got our background, which now really has receded, and we've got these stencils which are quite bright. Clean your stencil off after you've used it, not because it's going to ruin your stencil, but the next time when you come along and you're using green or something like that, it'll pick up all this pink and it'll give you a mucky colour. So it's easier just to wipe it off when you're done. Okay, so now is the time when we can fold in our 1/2 inch on each side. I must admit, I really loathe sorting out. I mean, it's quite interesting because you come across things that you had no idea you even owned. And even if I knew I owned them, I wouldn't have known where to go and look for them. So, you know. Let me just fold this over. I'm going to use that scissors. So I'm just cutting my mitres out of my corners. These infinity journals seem to have been on the go for quite a while. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't enjoying them. I like the fact that each page is completely different. You know, we're not following a theme at all, apart from mixed media, I guess. But I'm also enjoying the Edith Lapp book. And I'm hoping I'm going to get another section of that done this week. So let's fold these in and see what we've got. Yeah, that's lovely. That's very, very nice. Right, so at this stage you can, if you want to, go around it and darken the edges. I'm not sure that I want to do that with this. You know, it doesn't need it. I like the fact that it's quite light. So I think I'm just going to leave it like that, actually. Yeah. So let's pop that away. And let's concentrate now on the lady, who's going to go about there, I think. And I have cut out a lamppost. Now this wasn't a stamp or anything. It was, I asked Mr. F if he could find me a picture of a lamppost and print it out, and that's what he did. So we're going, whereas the gentleman had the lights hanging down, this lady is going to have a lamppost. And I've just realised the connotations there, that this lady's hanging around a lamppost in the dark. But let's not think of that. She's a proper lady, she doesn't do things like that. And for that I'm going to use the speckled egg family. So I'm going to start off with the speckled egg. It's the palest one. And my paintbrush. Using ink again, because the main reason I'm using the ink and not the oxide for this is that she's got text printed on her, and I don't want to obscure that. If I use oxide, you'll lose that, because oxide is of course opaque. So I want something you can see through, and I'm just going in with the lightest colour. Blimey, that is light. I think my speckled egg ink pad, or it could be my paintbrush that's not very happy with the world, I don't know. Well, there's not a whole heap of ink there, so I might have to see if I've got a speckled egg stain. Then I could spray it. Yeah, I might have to do that. Oh no, wait a minute, might be alright. Well, I'm struggling to see it, so I guess you can't see it at all. I'm going to have a look and see if I can find my speckled egg spray stain. Right, that was a bit of a kerfuffle, I can tell you, because it didn't have a label on the top. Neither did any of my spray stains, and they were stored standing up, so I had to remove every single one to find it. But that's all right, I've got it now. Lovely. Right, let's get cracking. So I want this to be just a bit of a watery background. That's better, isn't it? Got a bit more colour there. I love speckled egg. It's possibly my favourite colour. Although I like salvage patina, but it's a bit in your face, isn't it? Whereas speckled egg, just gorgeous. I like rusty hinge. That's just, yeah, rusty hinge is beautiful as well. So there we are. It doesn't matter if it's even, not even, really doesn't matter. But I do want a sort of covering of it for sure. There we go. I don't think, oh, I will colour a waistband in. So I'm just going over all the text and everything. It doesn't matter that it's there or it's not there. Just this bodice part of a frock. There we go. That's lovely. Lovely, lovely. I'm just going to dry that off and then I'm going to come in with the Salvage patina and see if we can just accent bits of it. That's fine. So, Salvage patina. That's a nice juicy one. Hardly ever use Salvage patina. I don't know why, because I'm just after telling you how much I love it. A bit of water. So I'm just going to put sort of the creases into a dress, really. Just sort of make a bit of a feature of them. Start a bit of life to a dress. And part of a waistband coming over there. And just coming over from that side over to here. There we go. Do I need any more than that? I don't think so. So she ladling it on. Just going to put sort of a crease line, a fold line up there. So she's looking all right. She's looking quite nice, actually. So her bag, I forgot to colour her bag in. That's no good. A bit more water on my brush. I'm going to do it in Salvage patina, and I might come in with the merest hint of Uncharted Mariner just to differentiate a bag from the rest of her. Strap there, strap there. There we go. And just like I say, the merest hint of this. That'll do me. I'm just going to do sort of inside a bag, like got a sort of line into a bag, just a little bit up there. There we are. So that's that. That's her. I'm not colouring her skin. Oh, I'm going to colour her shoe though. I haven't even cut off the. Haven't even trimmed out a blinking foot. She's got some weird shaped foot going on here. There we go. I can't really paint her shoes because they are black. So that's that. So let's just put some water through this brush, give it a bit of a clean out. That'll do. And then clean this up. It's amazing how little you need. You need next to nothing. That's fine. Right, so we've got her. Leave her to dry, and I'm going to tend to the lamppost. Now what I need is some yellow, and I'm going to use mustard seed for this. And make sure that your background is good and dry before you do this. Otherwise it'll just all go everywhere. So that's going to go there like that. Do I want to stick it down before I do it? Possibly, yeah. Well, before I stick it down, I also want to stamp some stamps. So I've got this one here, and I'm going to put that just sort of behind the street light, the lamppost. Need to make sure I've got enough room for this lady. So I don't know if I can fit all of that in actually. I think I can possibly just fit in half of that. So my messenger's going mad. So let's just stamp the small section of this. Ink, I mean to say. And if you get any onto the other bit, don't worry. Just remove it before you stamp it with a bit of cloth or towel or paper or whatever you're using. So there is just a little bit onto there. So take that off and onto the stem as well. So just remove that ink from there. And I want to stamp this about there. There we are, still missed part of it. I think I wiped that away actually when I was doing the rest. So that's okay, that's going to go there. Could probably do with another one on the other side. So let's ink that up again. I'm going to make sure I've got plenty of ink on it. I can always remove the stuff from where I don't want it. So right along there. And the stem. Oh my goodness, my messenger. And I want this to come out the other side. So kind of like maybe a bit higher up actually, about there. There we go. That should be okay. Yeah, that's perfect. I think the problem with the last one was I'd wiped it off. So they are going to go behind the lamp post. And then I've got a little one from the same stamp set that I've already fussy cut because I didn't think you'd fancy watching me fussy cut that. That I'm going to put in front of the lamp post. But I'm going to paint those green. So let's do that then. Green. Do I have the green out? No. I've got, first one to come to hand is crushed olive. That'll do me. Yeah. Stop looking for more. That'll do. Oh my goodness, that's juicy. That is so juicy. Right. So these get painted directly onto, you can use your, what do you call it, oxide if you want to. But I quite like the idea of seeing the veins through it. And I'm not bothered about the background coming through. There we go. I'll just paint this one in and then see if that needs another coat or anything. Sometimes when it sinks in, it starts to look a bit paler, as all watercolour does. And I'm not putting any shading or anything on these, they're just green. crushed olive green, and I've got enough crushed olive colour here to paint a forest, to be honest. There we go. What do they look like? I'll just give them another quick coat. I might just coat just one side of them actually, just so they look like they've had a bit of shading. This brings them to life a little bit more. There we go. Right, so, oh, look at it. I can't waste that. Let me just get a little bit of mixed media paper or something. Two sheets there. Don't need two sheets, I don't think. Let's just budge this along the bus. Spritz my paper. Let's just pick some of this up. It's too nice just to waste, isn't it? Oh, look at this. It's looking nice. There we are. Got the beginnings of a background for another day. That's lovely. That's really nice. That's pleased me anyway. Better than wasting it, isn't it? Lovely. Right, so now what we need to do is stick the lamp post on, but I want the lamp at the top of the lamp post to be yellow, and I want the yellow to emanate from it. So I have a brush already with yellow on it. Sorry if you're trying to message me. I'll get back to you as soon as I've finished this video. So that's going to go there like that. I'm just going to colour that in first. So just where the light would be, there. And then I want this to come out from the light. So just out this way. And then I want it the other way as well. Just like that, and just fade it away. Okay, so what does that look like? Looks alright, I think. Maybe a little darker in there. Yeah, that's okay. So like I say, this is not a stamp or anything. It's just, I got it from, well, Mr. F got it from Google, the Google search, and it came up with it. So let's glue that in place anyway. And I just printed it out and then fussy cut it out. There was loads actually in this one thing. There was 6 different types of lamppost. So what I needed though was a tall narrow one to fit on this, the page for the Infinity Journal. So that's there. I want to try and get it square if I can. I mean straight. Does that look straight? I think that looks kind of straight. Yeah, let's just take my towel. Just give that a good press down. Get rid of any extraneous glue. There we go, lovely. And I've got this little fussy cut leaf that I'm just going to put at the bottom of the lamppost, because you get weeds and stuff growing out of where the bottom of the lamppost is, don't you? Well, sometimes you do. So I'm just going to pop that along there, just like that. Lovely. It was worth all that fussy cutting because I quite like it. I think it makes a difference, grounds it. Right, let's put the lid on my glue and have a look at this lady. Now she's going to go there, like that, but the light is catching her. It's catching this side of her. So I need to put that in. It's actually looking quite nice really, isn't it? It's okay. So let's get that's oxide, and I actually want ink. So let's get the ink out. Put the oxide to one side. Yeah, I want the ink. There'll be oxide on my brush, but that's just the way it is. So I'm just going to gently come in from the side onto this, her left hand side as it is, side that's nearer to the light. Just like that. And I think that'll be all right. I think she'll... Yeah, that looks nice actually. You can see that the light's catching her. That's fine. That's all I wanted. Well, I'm saying that, I wonder... No, I think that's all right. That's all right. Let's not get hung up on tiddly bits of nothing. So let's glue her in place. So this could be a cutting from a magazine or a book. It doesn't have to be a stamp by any stretch of the imagination. You can use what you've got and use it up, because you don't want to end up like me with so much stuff you can't move. There we are. Right, so where is she going to go? About there. Yeah, about there. I like that. Let's just make sure she's stuck down. She's square. Yeah, there's text on here that needs to be square. That's the thing. That's the only guiding principle there. Yeah, I think we're all right. I'll just remove this bit of yellow before it gets somewhere it shouldn't. Okay, so that's that. The only thing I haven't done is I haven't grounded her, and I wanted to put some text on somewhere. So what was the text that I wanted? I wonder. Oh yeah, I think it was in this one, and it's Make Today Amazing. I like that. So I've got a little piece of mixed media card here, and I just want that Make Today Amazing. I'll do it on this stamp, I think. on this board, should I say, platform, stump platform, whatever it is. Just pick it up there. Right, so I'll do it in black. I don't need that stump on there anymore. I've used you. Let's put it back where it belongs before we end up with everything not having a home. Right, make today amazing. I'm gonna stamp that in black. And put it down here. Hopefully something like straight. Oh, that's pants. I missed the top off the D. Actually, I missed the top off all of them. That's just rubbish. That's surely enough ink, one would imagine. So let's do that again. Let's press it down, but not too firmly, because it's only thin. The bit that's got contact with the page is only thin, and you don't want to smush it and make it thick. Let's have a look at that one then. Perfect. Perfection. Okay, I'm going to have a go cutting this on my trimmer, because honestly my straight lines with scissors are hopeless. Absolutely hopeless. So if I put that there, I wonder if that'll be all right. Turns out it's not easy on a trimmer. No, that's about as straight as a blinking dog's hind leg. Right, I'm going to have to cut it. Oh my goodness. Please be something like straight. How much of a gap have I got there? About that. Is that all right? No. No, it's not. And that's not either. Come on. Concentrate. I think I'm going from bad to worse here. I don't think that's too bad. I think I can live with that. I probably need to practice. So, alright, I could make us do double duty really. Oh, it's a bit big, isn't it? Oh, I'm going to have to cut that into make today and amazing. There we go. So I could have that there, and then the amazing here. It's too big, too big. That's better. Much better. And this, I need to allow for that Y. I think that's better. I like that more. This is like the never-ending bow that you can't tie. I can't cut straight. Okay, there we go. So I can put that under that foot, that under that foot. So I've grounded her and I've put our little sort of sentiment type thing in as well. Let me just pick this yellow up. I've just got visions of it migrating. Yeah, I like that. But it needs something around it. So I think I'll use the pink actually. Let's just get a little pink dauber out. Little finger dauber. And I'm going to use the Kitsch Flamingo. And just go around that. It'll just edge it, make it stand out a little bit more. The fact that it's black and white helps for it to stand out. Yeah, that's nice. There we go. Lovely. So they can get stuck on. And oh, I'll tell you what I didn't do, the inch piece that goes under where the pocket opening is. What a ninny. What a ninny. I should have done that. Now I've got to get all the pinks and everything out again. There we go, lovely. So that's that. Let me just see which side this is of the... Let's take that off, put that away before we lose it. There we go, that belongs on that. Belongs in here. Lovely. Yeah, I want to just have a look at the journal and see which side this is going on, which side page. I could put it on that one. Yeah, let's put it on that one. In which case it would go there, because that's where this is where the page folds, so that would be the opening. So I need to glue down this side. Give it a good persuasion that it wants to stick. There we are. And now I need the bit that goes there, which I haven't done. So I need it to match that, at least in some way. So what I think I'll do is just take the Kitsch Flamingo, probably, yeah, and just do a blendy sort of background. Yeah, this is one of the brushes that I washed and it just doesn't pick up the ink very well anymore, so my advice is don't wash your brushes. I think this Kitsch Flamingo seems very dry, and yet I haven't really used it a lot. So this is very patchy, but I'll come in with another colour. Just make it a bit more interesting. One lipstick will do. The picked raspberry's a bit too much. So just where I've got patches. It's good if you remember to do this when you're doing the rest of it. Saves all this grief. Not that it is much grief, you understand. But there we go. Right, I'm just going to splatter some water on that, just to get a bit of texture going. There we are. Give that just a second to think about things, and then we'll take that off. You can see it's starting to work already. Work its magic. I love that background when you put ink or oxide down and then you put water down. I just love it. It's gorgeous. Needs another little bit there. But you do need to give it a minute, just to, you can see it already, can't you? Look, it's just glorious. Glorious. Okay, right, you've had your time, mate. Look at that. Look at how pretty that is. I mean, that in itself is just a gorgeous background. And it seldom gets done because people think, oh, it's so easy, you know, it can't be a background. It absolutely can. It's just beautiful. And it's just your inks or your oxides will do it. The inks do it beautifully. And some splattered water. Give it a minute for the water to push the ink away, and then lift up the water, and hey presto, that's what you get. There we go. Right, so this needs to get stuck in. Down there. And I know it's too long, you know, I knew it was too long anyway, but that's okay. So I'll glue this into place, and I'll glue the pocket into place. You can have a look and see what you think. Not going right to the bottom there because, like I say, it's too long. Right up to where that folds there, like so. Lovely. Make sure that's got good contact, and then we can trim that end off. There we go. And we can glue this one down. Of course, we've still got all of the journaling cards to make to go in these pockets. So we're still a ways away from finishing this. But we'll keep plodding along and we'll get there. It's not a race, is it? It's quite nice to take your time actually doing something. I always seem to be rushing. Rushing to get a project finished, rushing to do a video, whatever. Anyway, this is our lady for today. So we'll put the back down first. Where are we? There we are. And that just fits so well. There we are. Another very pretty page. I really like that page, it's lovely. My hands are a total mess. Right, let's just get some clips out and then we can clip her, and then she can have a little sleep while the clips do their business. So once again, I'm sorry there's no live today. If you could see around me, you would understand exactly why. But there we are. I have done a video for you. There she is, our lovely lady, bathed in the light from the lamp. Oh, I'll tell you what I'd like. I'd just like a little bit of orange in there, just for the sake of completeness. So let's get some crackling. Oh, this is an oxide. I don't know why my oxides are appearing in my... Not that it matters unduly. So I just need a tiny bit. That is sufficient. That's an oxide and that's an oxide. They need to go in a different department. They need to go in the oxide department. Right, so just a little bit of this. Crackling campfire just in the middle. Just to make it just have a bit of dimension. Like that. That's fine. That's all it needs. Right, I'm happy with that. Okay guys, that is it for today. I really will try and be with you during the week at some stage and try and get another Edith section finished. At least that anyway. So there she is. There's our lady. Make today amazing. Lovely background. Yeah, like it. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. Sorry to disappoint you once again, but you know, things have to happen. So I'll see you soon. Bye.